majority of the showers. If we go over to our high-res radar, you can see the thunderstorms are now offshore. We may still have 1 or 2 light showers in the area, but most spots are drying out here this evening. And over the next 10 hours, we're going to see partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Our temperatures are going to be a touch cooler overnight tonight because the front is shifting offshore, which means we'll get winds more out of the north temporarily, and we will drop down into the lower 60s in a lot of spots by early tomorrow morning. Now, I mentioned that the rain and the storms, they're going to come back. We are not going to see much this evening, so it should be good for outdoor activities and maybe getting some things done because the rain's kind of had us pinned down for the last day or two. And as we look at our forecast, unfortunately on Friday, the high-res model says we can start to get some showers, some very light stuff in the morning, but there's going to be a much better chance of rain returning tomorrow. The severe threat is low. It's not zero, but it's pretty low. We're on the cool side of the front here, so just 1 or 2 stronger than average thunderstorms tomorrow. We're not looking at a formal risk of tornadoes, which is great, but we are going to see more of this much needed rainfall that's going to put a dent in the drought, and it could be rainy quite a bit during the day tomorrow and into tomorrow evening. So you know the rain's coming back, and if you think tomorrow looks bad with the way the futurecast is, just wait till you see Saturday and Sunday. We have very high rain chances for the weekend with more showers and storms possible, and I'll have more on all of that, what we're expecting coming up.
All right, thanks, Jason. And now to that damage, Shelby, from overnight. At least 3 tornadoes, as you mentioned, through several Mississippi counties, damaging hundreds of homes, uprooting trees, injuring at least 17 people, according to crews there.
Yeah, officials say today around 500 homes were damaged. Authorities say the tornadoes cut across the state's southwest late Wednesday evening. A
spokesperson for the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency saying 12 people were hurt and then taken from a hard-hit trailer park in a small community to a nearby hospital. Crews haven't reported any deaths.
Here in Alabama, we want you to take a look at this cloud, the shelf cloud in Foley. Yeah, a pretty intense looking dark situation there, and just not something you want to see if you're driving or riding down. Of course, yeah, that was what much of us saw today and last night, and you can see the lightning breaking through as well. Our storm tracker team, of course, tracking these conditions, and will continue to do so when more come about, but not something you want to see there in Foley.
No, it was a nasty situation for a lot of people, Shelby. And I do want to take this opportunity now to draw your attention to our weather app. Whenever there is severe weather, you'll want to have this on your smartphone. It really is the best way to get those weather alerts. So I've got the app pulled up behind me here, and as you can see already, we've got the latest forecast video posted for you there. You can also watch us live. Oftentimes, when there is a weather system, the power goes out. Well, if you have your smartphone, you can definitely stay in touch with our newscasts and know where those significant weather incidents are happening. It also gives you the hour-by-hour forecast. And one of my favorite features on this is where you can go down and go under settings and see where it says alerts there. Right behind me, you want to turn that on because as soon as a weather alert goes out, it will also pop up on your phone. So again, the Fox and Weather app is free and it is available whether you have an Apple or Android device. All right, let's go ahead now and turn to some breaking news. The man convicted of kidnapping and murdering Anaya Blanchard was sentenced today. A judge sentencing Ibrahim Yazid to 2 life sentences for the charges of murder and felony murder. Blanchard was reported missing in 2019 after last seen at a gas station in Auburn. Yazid was convicted of murder in March, and he is eligible for parole, though it's not clear when that might be. This case brought about Anaya's law, and that allows judges to deny bail to defendants charged with serious violent crimes.
In Montgomery, U.S. Representative Shelby Myers telling lawmakers why his district should stay the way it is. We're in day 4 of a special session that would call for special primary election in 4 out of 7 of the state's U.S. House districts and 2 state Senate districts. But that's only if federal courts lift an injunction on our state, preventing a change in maps before 2030. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live outside of the state house. Jessica, what did Representative Figures tell lawmakers?
Well, he told lawmakers in both chambers and in both of the committees that met today that he was not there to defend his job. He was there to defend the voices of his voters. Representative Figures' district was configured from that 2024 court-drawn map, which replaced a 2023 legislature-approved map. The legislature's map was deemed by the courts to violate Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act by diluting the impact of black voters. In committees filled with protesters, Representative Figures said the effort by Republican lawmakers would reverse decades of civil rights progress in Alabama.
To remove that opportunity is something that I think is not wise to do, something that I think is not responsible to do. We deserve that opportunity. We deserve, as black people, a fair opportunity on more than just the football fields of Tuscaloosa and Auburn.
Republican Senator Greg Albritton, the bill's sponsor in the Senate, said he does not view the bill as a map change bill. He says it's not one that changes or challenges the court's rulings.
Those accusations have been out there. This is a relatively short bill, and it does nothing more than set up a conditional procedure, a means whereby the state of Alabama can comply with court orders and with law.
We have seen lawmakers split along party lines about what the Louisiana versus Calais decision from just a little while ago means for Alabama. Democrats have been arguing that that decision from the Supreme Court did not call on Alabama to hold a special session or to alter any of its own maps. Republicans disagreed. Both of these bills passed in both of their committees, and we'll see them in the chambers tomorrow. Live at the State House, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, and lawmakers are expected to end the special session tomorrow. With a Republican supermajority in both chambers, both bills are likely to get approved in the two chambers on a party line split. We've not heard any update from the federal courts about if they will lift the injunction.
Health experts are working around the clock to contact trace the hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship that has claimed the lives of 3 people and infected more. The World Health Organization alerting at least 12 countries of passengers who disembarked from the boat as health professionals are trying to contain the spread. Brian Abel has this story.
A race to contain a deadly virus. Doctors Wednesday flying a passenger from the quarantine ship MV Hondius to Amsterdam, then taken to a German hospital for observation and testing. It's among the latest steps by health experts to trace and stop the spread of the hantavirus.
It is incredibly important to be isolating these patients. These patients should not be walking around without a mask, even though they feel healthy.
Before the severity of the situation was understood, at least 30 passengers from around the globe disembarked from the boat at various ports and are now trying to be tracked down. WHO alerting these 12 countries of nationals who got off the boat at St. Helena Island. In the U.S., officials confirm 2 passengers are being monitored in Georgia, another in Arizona, and the New York Times reports California residents were on board. Other American passengers reportedly returned to Texas and Virginia. Symptomatic patients in Switzerland, South Africa, and the Netherlands are receiving care.
Just want to show that if we follow public health measures, we can break this chain of transmission, and this doesn't need to be a large epidemic.
Spain has accepted the World Health Organization's request for the ship to arrive in the Canary Islands so the remaining 146 people from 23 different countries can get off, return home, and be monitored. Despite the frantic work, WHO's Director General insists countries are prepared and the risk of further spread is minimal.
WHO assesses the public health risk as low.
Brian Abel reporting.
All right, take a look at the roadways right now. I-10 is in good shape with our Eastern Shore Toyota view here. And we do have some other areas where we have some big problems, so let's get right to it. And a couple of spots we're watching. In and out of the Wallace Tunnel, it's slowing down a little. It's about 9 minutes after 4 right now, so as we approach the rush hour, I think we're going to see some delays at the Wallace Tunnel today. We're also seeing a slowdown northbound on Interstate 65 near Dolphin Street and Spring Hill Avenue up to about Moffett Road, so just be aware we have a slowdown on I-65 northbound here, and that's going to be right in the heart of the I-65 area from Airport up to Dolphin Street, up to about Moffett Road there. Checking out the Panhandle, we've got a major problem here. We are seeing things slowing down on I-10 eastbound, starting around the Gallagher area here, just off of Highway 90 around Holt, and that's going to continue all the way into Crestview, and then it looks like a closure of I-10 eastbound here. Pretty significant delay, and this is going to be between Crestview and the Walton County line, so traffic may be getting rerouted here on Highway 90. We're going to continue to watch this as well. So big problems in Okaloosa County today. We'll have more on your forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. 2 more Baldwin County's high schools have upgraded fine arts and athletic departments.
How about that? This is part of the school system's $58 million investment. First up, Foley High School, where the students have a second gym, new weight room, and a band room. The band room also have a special percussion room that was demonstrated to the visitors.
A big focus on the athletic side was for the girls' sports. The new gym will add space for wrestling and volleyball teams to work out, and the girls also have their own weight room now.
Okay, we're looking at Fairhope High School now, where you saw them cutting that ribbon. A second gym built using a wider footprint, bleacher space to allow more than one game at a time. Students also got some new lockers and weight rooms. School administrators are hoping the additions will give the students pride and a competitive edge.
These expansions have been needed for a long time in our system. Our board has been on board with this from the start of providing these new facilities for these kids. So they gives them a sense of pride of what they've been working so hard for.
And the upgrades were paid for with a combination of money the school board set aside and money from the sale of property to the Orange Beach school system. There's one school still waiting to use its new facilities. We'll tell you who that is and what's next for Baldwin County schools coming up on Fox 10 News at 5.
Well, today marks the 75th National Day of Prayer, and Fox 10 News was among those participating. I had the honor of joining the ceremony at Spanish Fort City Hall, where I was invited to pray specifically over the Center of Influence for Media, Arts, and Entertainment. In my prayer, I spoke about journalism's responsibility to seeking the truth and serving with integrity. I invited my co-anchor Cameron Taylor to join me. 7 centers of influence were lifted up, from government and military to family and faith. My thanks to Mrs. Michael Hudson for the invitation. Still ahead on Fox News at 4, millions of people have a smartphone and a great deal of them have an iPhone. There's a class action lawsuit against a company that could earn you a payout. I'll talk about it in mydaily.com. Also, NASA releasing more than 10,000 pictures from space, and an animal blooper Earthside is going viral. We'll have those stories in today's Take a Look at This. First, take a live look outside. The beach is starting to get crowded, getting closer to a holiday weekend, Mother's Day weekend. Maybe some people taking advantage of an extended weekend. We want to thank you for watching Fox 10 News at 4. Okay, so depending on the type of iPhone you have, you could be owed some money. How come? In yourdaily.com. If you're one of the many people who rushed out to snatch up that iPhone 16 when it came out, just hoping to have your hand on the latest technology and access to Apple Intelligence, well, you could soon see some money in your pocket. Apple has agreed to pay up to $250 million to settle a class action lawsuit over how it advertised those new AI features. Apple Intelligence was dubbed as the AI for the rest of us, technology built right into your iPhone to help you write and get things done effortlessly. The features were delayed from an initial tease late 2024 launch, with key components being pushed into 2026. The suit states Apple hyped a revamped Siri and Apple Intelligence on iPhone 16 models and even some iPhone 15 Pro models, even though those features weren't ready. And this is where you come in. About 37 million devices were purchased in the U.S. between June 2024 and March 2025. Those are the devices that are covered. Owners could get at least $25 per phone and possibly up to $95 depending on how many people file a claim. Notices and a claim website will go out if a judge approves the deal. Yeah, and the notices you'll receive by email or mail, and that'll let you know if you can file a claim on the settlement website. So keep an eye out.
All right, let's look out there right now with our Dolphins cam from downtown Mobile. It's sponsored by Eastern Shore Toyota, and we've got rain-free conditions right now. A little bit of sunlight trying to break out, a little break in the cloud cover. Most of the rain pushing offshore now, and we expect a lull in the rain tonight. There's definitely a big break in the severe weather potential for a little while as well. So we can rest easier for a while as the storms are passing to the east of the area. Most of even the light showers on the back end of this starting to wind down for the day. We saw a ton of rain in the area and some spots up around 5 inches of rain in this purple streak right through here that was really following a supercell thunderstorm that we were tracking here live on TV last night between about 8 and about 9 p.m. here. You can see Greene County, Washington County, Clark, Monroe, and Conecuh counties picking up anywhere from 3 to 5 inches of rain. Just really a good bit of that fell out of one thunderstorm. We also have seen pretty widespread 2 to 3 inch amounts in the blue. And around Mobile, we had a solid inch downtown and at Mobile Regional Airport, maybe a little more than that in a few spots. So this is a good soaking. We have a major drought. Of course, we don't want the severe weather, but, you know, we're going to see more rain, maybe 1 or 2 strong storms, but it looks like this weekend just some rain. And another easy 1 to 2 inches of rain will fall on top of what we've already seen, which should begin to make the yards and gardens very happy over the weekend. As far as severe weather potential, tomorrow we have a level 1 marginal risk along the coast, and there's currently less than a 2% risk of a tornado. So it's basically a low risk of anything that would be significant other than 1 or 2 thunderstorms with damaging winds tomorrow, mixed in with some of these showers and storms that come through. We will get active weather tomorrow. That is the lowest form of risk, that level 1 marginal risk. And let's look at it here on our Futurecast. And with the front offshore, we're going to be on the cool side of the front, so instability is going to be a little bit lower. There will be some overrunning showers and thunderstorms, and it looks like lunchtime through the afternoon, it could be pretty active around here tomorrow. A high-resolution Futurecast is very aggressive with showers and storms tomorrow, so it does have a wet look to it. And, of course, the rain returns with a similar setup on Saturday. More showers and storms midday and afternoon on Saturday. Our European model says about the same thing. It has a wet look to it. There's some showers near the coast on Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, and then more rain possible on Sunday. So we're going to see 3 days in a row with good chances of showers and storms. Most of it should be getting out of the picture on Monday, and then we turn drier for a while next week. And we'll probably be ready for some dry weather after this. It's not great for Mother's Day weekend. Rain chances are quite elevated. We are at 50% showers and storms tomorrow, 80% on Saturday and Mother's Day Sunday. Highs near 80 degrees, lows in the 60s. Next week, we've got a little cooler, drier air coming in. That'll be something to watch out for. To look at the lows on Monday and Tuesday nights, back in the 50s. That nice spring-like weather will return. Take it all in. Summer's heat is right around the corner. But we also are getting much needed rain with this, and the overall severe threat is going to be much lower tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday compared to what we saw over the last 24 hours.
All right, Jason, thank you. A treasure trove of striking space photos from the Artemis II mission just dropped. A Martian mishap caught on camera and an animal blooper here on Earth. Patrick Cornell has it all, and take a look at this.
During their 10-day trip around the moon, the crew of Artemis II snapped images of the Earth, moon, stars, and solar system in dazzling clarity. NASA posted more than 12,000 of the incredible star-laden snapshots online for everyone to enjoy. We don't have time to show off all these stunning space pics, but we can show you some of our favorites, starting with our own Earth in all its glory. Zooming way out to show the planet peeking out from over the top of the moon. And we bring the moon into further focus with detailed pics of the lunar surface where the crew of Artemis 4 hopes to land in 2028. Plus, a POV picture from inside the Orion showing a view the 4 astronauts surely enjoyed and now we get to see as well. Not all space endeavors are as smooth as the Artemis 2 mission. For instance, the Curiosity rover recently ran into an outer space obstruction. During a drilling expedition on Mars, the rover's arm accidentally got hung up by a 28-pound rock. The Curiosity's team tried rotating the arm and vibrating the drill without success. It took nearly a full week of manipulating the entangled extremity before the rock finally fell off. These sort of bloopers aren't exclusive to extraterrestrial robots. This poor skunk got its head stuck in a cup in Parker, Colorado. One courageous cop got tasked with rescuing the animal. Careful to avoid the smelly end of the encounter, the first responder bravely used a bare hand to free the skunk from its predicament. The police department posted the video as a reminder to help protect wildlife, saying littering really does stink. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
After the break, a hit drama series has a premiere date for its anticipated series finale. We've got the details in your entertainment news next.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Bittersweet, right?
Yeah, I was going to say excited, but don't want it to end. Fans are going to get another serving of The Bear.
Yes, FX has announced the 5th and final season of the award-winning series is going to debut June 25th with all 8 episodes available to stream at once on FX and Hulu.
Okay, so the final season confirmation comes a day after you had that surprise flashback episode titled Gary. It centers on Richie and Mikey taking a work trip to Gary, Indiana, sometime before the events of the main series. So our producer Victoria knows that I love this show, and she sent me a text message. She's like, "Did you see the surprise episode?" I'm like, "No," and I still haven't watched, because in season 4 I am halfway through. You know this. I wait a long time. I am good at delayed satisfaction because I don't want it to end.
And you can binge it all at once if you want to.
Right.
Or savor it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be sad.
I've heard nothing but great things about the show. I have not watched it. My brother loves it and talks about it all the time.
It's intense.
Yeah.
I will tell you that.
Well, Elle Woods heads back to the 90s.
How about that? Prime Video releasing a teaser for Elle, the Legally Blonde sequel, a prequel starring Lexi Mintry. Are you familiar with her work?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to be playing the young Elle. After moving to Seattle in 1995, the coming-of-age story follows a future Harvard law student navigating friendships, romance, and family moments.
The series premieres July 11th. I feel like they tried to do this with Sex and the City, and they had like 1 season, and then it was done.
So do you think that's going to be the future for this?
I don't know.
I just don't know how you do this without Reese.
Right.
She could be in it. I don't know.
She's got big shoes to fill, but that could be interesting. I might give it a watch.
Okay. You'll have some time.
Yeah, soon enough.
All right. Lady Gaga unleashes mayhem worldwide.
Yeah, Apple Music announced the new music special and live album filmed during Gaga's intimate one-night-only concert at the Wiltern Theater in Los Angeles, January 14th. The special features live performances of songs from her album Mayhem.
So it premieres a week from today, May 14th, with a live album arriving the next day on the 15th.
I don't ever listen to Lady Gaga anymore.
You know,
her first album, I loved it. I had it. And now it's just, you know, I feel like she's a little too mainstream.
Do you think you can sing the national anthem?
I don't know.
Well, I don't really
her.
listen to her anyway, but I'm not gonna, you know, good luck. Not good luck, but great for you.
Yeah.
Can you sing the national anthem?
I can, not well.
Better than Lady Gaga?
No, she has a great voice. I won't take that away from her. But we want to find out if you can, though, right? Fox 10 and our parent company, Gray Media, are launching the Star Spangled Sing-Off, a contest inviting Americans to submit their best a cappella rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner.
We have gotten some submissions. We were listening to some of them. Not gonna say anything because we're not supposed to lean any kind of way. But keep them coming, because the winner, that could be you, get an all expenses paid trip to Nashville to film a performance that will air here on Fox 10 and our Gray media stations, and that's across the country. It's all part of our We the People initiative to celebrate the nation's 250th birthday. Go ahead and get those submissions in now. You've got until May 31st.
And that's going to be here before you know it. So hurry up. Head to fox10tv.com to enter and see the official rules. The link is at the top of the page, just above that Fox 10 News logo. Good luck.
Yeah. And I'll listen to Lady Gaga if she's on the radio.
Yes.
She said I'm not downloading her stuff.
I agree with that.
I
no
felt the
Gaga
need for clarity.
hate. No Gaga hate. It's just not. She's not in my top 10. Okay.
Facts.
All right, next up, we're going to dive into those big breaking stories coming up on your news at 5.
And then this.
During this time, these unstable sex hormones really wreak havoc on the brain.
Menopause can take a toll on women's physical health, and that's not all. Your mental health as well. The symptoms to look out for and how you can support women through their phases. That'll be coming up when Fox News at 4 returns. Hi, Jason.
Hey, we're tracking a beach forecast, which is not ideal for tomorrow. It looks like rain around, especially in the evening. Maybe okay in the morning, but by the evening, the showers move in. Rip current risk is medium, as well as the UV index. I'll have your forecast coming up.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
All right, our crews are behind the scenes working on those breaking news updates for Fox News at 5.
Yeah, first sentencing scheduled today for convicted drug kingpin Glennie McGee. Now, new charges could be on the way after prosecutors say McGee's criminal activity did not stop after he was put in jail.
Also, several faith organizations coming together for what they say is one of the most special projects of the year. This is for Habitat of Humanity. We'll have more of that story on Pensacola coming up. Also, we're continuing coverage with today's National Day of Prayer, how the Gulf Coast is congregating to honor this day when Fox 10 News at 5 starts in less than 30 minutes from now.
All right, here's what we're tracking across the area on the roadways right now. We've had some delays at the Wallace Tunnel. Looks like we do have a high volume of traffic there. We'll have a complete traffic report coming up a little later on. We're also watching out here on your Fox 10 weather app, which has been a very handy thing to have over the last 24 hours with severe weather in the area. We're not looking at any watches and warnings right now. I have an update on the forecast, maybe a break in the action tonight, but showers come back with some thunderstorms tomorrow. We can also check radar anytime here on the Fox 10 weather app. We're also keeping an eye on your forecast on your smart TV, and so what we have here is our Fox 10 Gulf Stream, and this is a free app that you can download for your Roku, your Fire TV, or your
this morning, saying that she planned to step down from her role by June 30th. And while the timing was a shock, political insiders were not completely stunned, noting that the mayor had been less engaged.
Having to watch the whole thing, you can just kind of pick what you want to do, or you can go to our weather section. You can see a forecast there with meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. We also have more information on the approaching hurricane season here on our next weather tab on the Gulf Stream. All right, here's what we're seeing with our headlines. Mainly dry tonight, and it's going to be a good night tonight. We get a little bit of a break and enjoy it because it's coming back. We've got thunder showers and storms returning tomorrow, and it looks wet by tomorrow afternoon and evening, and it could be a wet weekend at times. We've got some very high rain chances on both Saturday and Sunday as a front stays stalled just offshore. We're going to have some moisture overrunning that boundary, and that's a classic setup for abundant rain. The front's coming through now, which is why it feels okay outside, and the air turns a little drier tonight. It's pushing the rain offshore. Most of that is now out here off of Panama City and out well into the Gulf. Meanwhile, the bays and the inland areas all starting to see a little breather here. Checking it though, between now and early next week, we could pick up another solid 1 to 2 inches of rain over the forecast area. And unfortunately, that wants to come in on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So what about severe potential? Well, it's a whole lot lower tomorrow. Last night, we had a level 3 enhanced risk of severe weather weather in the area. Tomorrow there is a level 1 marginal risk for a few thunderstorms getting above severe limits. We're not looking at a specific tornado threat tomorrow, but we could see a couple of stronger thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. We are level 1 marginal though, and I think that's where we would like for it to stay, or maybe even 0, but we need the rain. So here it comes. Let's look at the high-res futurecast, and it looks like a few showers starting to develop tomorrow, but by the middle of the day, we will be fair game for showers and thunderstorms coming back. And this run of the high-res model looks soaking wet for tomorrow. We're also going to see rain chances on Saturday as the activity gets going again, especially midday and afternoon on Saturday. And a couple of days of this with the front right here in the Gulf, the overrunning precipitation setup. You can see Saturday afternoon looks wet for us. And Sunday, more opportunities for some abundant rainfall in the area, dodging those showers and watching that rainfall deficit lower a little, I think, as we head through the weekend and the early part of next week. Later in the week next week, we will dry on off. Here's our forecast for tomorrow and the weekend. A 50% chance on your Friday. Showers and storms, mainly the back half of the day. Saturday and Sunday, we go up to 80% rain chances. Those are some pretty sporty numbers there. And coming up later on here on Fox 10 News at 4, we'll have your 7-day forecast, and we'll also check on those traffic delays.
Social media is on trial. New Mexico prosecutors are looking to impose changes to Meta's social media apps and algorithms in an effort to protect children. The trial started this week, is in phase 2. This is a wave of legal pressure surrounding social media companies. A jury in March found Meta violated New Mexico law by failing to warn users about the dangers of the platforms and protect children from sexual predators. The state attorney general now asking a judge to decide whether Meta's platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp present a public nuisance. New Mexico's AG is also asking for a sweeping list of changes he says are related to alleged psychological harm, including limits on addictive design features, algorithm recommendations, and also changes for age verification.
Real age verification is what allows the platform to curate a different type of experience for young people and make sure they're safer online.
The bench trial is expected to last 3 weeks.
Well, if you're drowning in debt, it may be time for a financial reboot. That means starting from square one, reorganizing your entire budget. Consumer investigator Rachel DePompa finds out how in this Watching Your Wallet.
If it's time to start your finances over from scratch, your first step is to get organized. Kiani Epps, the founder of the YouTube channel The Responsible Homegirl, says many of us don't manage our money well because we have one account. All of our money goes in and then we spend every single dollar that we have out of that same account.
There's no organization and there's no separation. So I always like to tell people the best way to get organized is to have separate accounts. And in the beginning, it may seem like a lot of work, but having this separation really helps you, 1, pay your bills on time, stay ahead of the game, and then 2, get a handle on how much you are actually spending.
Epps says she recommends 4 accounts. The first is a bill account. This is where your money is deposited. It's a regular checking account where the money goes in and then your bills come out. The second account is a regular savings account for short-term savings, maybe 3 to 6 months of expenses.
The third account that you need is a fund money account. So this is your miscellaneous spending. This is your random spending. This is your eating out. This is your shopping. You don't want your shopping money with your bill money, because most of the time we spend way too much money shopping than we do paying our bills, and then we're in a situation where our bills are late.
Epps says create this account at a different bank with a separate debit card. And the final account to create is a high-yield savings account, different than your traditional savings account because it pays you a higher interest rate on your money. She says this is for saving long-term. Think a house, a car, a big vacation. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Definitely some good information there. The weather is getting warmer and you've got more mosquitoes. Some cities have higher counts, though, than others. A recent survey by pest control company Orkin found LA has the most mosquitoes of any city in the U.S. Is that shocking, Shelby?
Very shocking when you live here in South Alabama, right? We see them so much. The rankings are based on the number of residential mosquitoes treatments performed by Orkin between March 2025 and March 2026. This is the 6th year LA has topped the list.
Could be Lower Alabama.
Yeah, that's true.
Not Los Angeles,
Yeah.
LA. All right, Chicago's number 2. New York is 3rd, followed by my hometown, Detroit, and Atlanta, number 4 and 5, respectively. Now, the CDC says mosquitoes are considered the deadliest animal in the world, responsible for more than 600,000 malaria-related deaths a year. We are kicking off coverage of Mental Health Awareness Month with something a lot of women go through: menopause. You probably relate to the physical symptoms of the stage. A lot of people talk about hot flashes or weight gain. This time in a woman's life also has an impact on her mental health. In this Health Minute, Mandy Gaither is talking about menopause and how it can affect your brain and the ways to cope.
It's traditionally been a taboo topic, but menopause is finally getting the attention it deserves.
And it's such a relief to hear women talk about it now.
Dr. Lulu Zhao with Cleveland Clinic says more women are becoming aware of this natural stage in life. Physical symptoms may include hot flashes and night sweats, problems with sleep, inability to lose weight, joint aches, and hair and skin changes. But she says the way menopause causes significant shifts in hormones can also impact mental health.
During this time, these unstable sex hormones really wreak havoc on the brain.
Zhao says it can lead to irritability, being distracted, even clinical depression or anxiety.
The midlife is a tricky time for women, Mandy. You know, we have a lot of demands. We're juggling careers, family, our aging parents. So I do think this is a good cue for women to kind of step back, take stock of their lives, and decide where they want to prioritize their energy.
Zhao says coping with menopausal mood symptoms starts with self-care. Eat a balanced diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise. She says these things have been shown to improve depressive symptoms in all phases of life. And give yourself some grace. It's okay to not be 100%. Finally, stay engaged in activities you find rewarding and enjoyable.
Even if you don't really feel like doing them, by the time you're done doing them, your mood is lifted.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
As more and more people put down their phones for different crafting hobbies, one bar is offering an opportunity to relax and connect while keeping your screen time to a minimum. We'll explain.
All right, our satellite radar picture looks way better out there now compared to what we've been dealing with over the last 24 hours with active showers and storms in the region. Still some clouds hanging out, but we do have some peaks of sun mixed in, and we are seeing the rain, the showers, and the storms starting to exit the area, moving out over the Gulf. The reason why is a front is coming through. This is a cool front. It's going to give us some drier air temporarily. Warm, moist air is going to try and override that boundary. That brings us rain tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, but at least we catch a little bit of a break for this evening. Looking at it right now, our rainfall totals of what we've seen over the last 24 hours, but I backed it up to 48 hours just in case we've seen rain started a little bit early in some areas. And this streak of purple in through here from Sand Hill to Chatham to South Jackson area, South Clark County to Frisco City and Monroeville to Evergreen, spots where we saw about 3 to 5 inches of rain right there. The blue, generally 2 to 3 inches of rain. You can see some spots close to 4 inches there just to the west of Crestview. And around Mobile, about an inch. Same thing in South Baldwin County. So we're getting the rain to help with the drought. We've got a long ways to go to make up for the deficit, but today was another step in the right direction, and we've got more where this came from. Let's check it out. Our futurecast looks like we're going to be pretty quiet this evening, and then by Friday morning, mid-morning to late morning, we could start to see more showers and storms developing tomorrow. We're going to see overrunning precipitation. It's not the classic setup for severe weather. 1 or 2 strong storms could develop, but mainly we're just talking about heavy rain at times. And we're going to see more opportunities on Saturday as these thunder showers start to rebuild in the forecast area. And if you're making plans for the weekend, I would work on some indoor ideas based on these percentages. We've got a good chance tomorrow at 50%, good chance Saturday and Sunday Sunday at 80% with rain. And then looking ahead here, showers and thunderstorms will go away. So once we get what I think we need with the rain, unfortunately the timing of the weekend, we will have drier air next week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, highs in the low 80s, overnight lows in the 50s in the forecast area by early next week. And we will have some spring-like weather too next week. Our temperatures will be a little cooler in the morning with some lows back in the 50s.
Adults in Tennessee's Midtown are spending their Monday nights coloring, and they're outside the lines at a place called Verna Cafe's Back Bar,
where guests can grab a coloring page, settle in, and unwind with friends or meet someone new. The weekly event gives people a chance to slow down, socialize, and tap into a little nostalgia.
The crowd tends to draw plenty of late 80s and 90s babies who remember the crayons and kids' menu days. While the activity feels familiar, the drink menu is all grown up with cocktails and mocktails on hand.
We still do the coloring book.
I still do the coloring.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm one of those 80s, 90s kids.
So true.
There you go.
Same.
We'll be right back.
A concert cellist was forced to sell his prized instrument after fleeing Ukraine during Russia's invasion. Since then, he's been working to buy it back.
Word of the story got out and hundreds of people rallied to help make his dream come true. Leslie Dominique spoke with the father of 3 about what the new instrument means and the fresh start for his family.
As Ukrainian concert cellist Nikolai Durush bows the strings of his brand new cello, he can't help but think about what it took to get here.
It was a miracle.
After Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022, Durush, his wife, and their 3 children fled their Kyiv home. And while they left most of their belongings, he kept his custom Gabriel Gibran Yacob cello on his back. But with money low, Durush made the painful decision to sell the cello to support them. It was worth more than $40,000.
Instruments, it's not only piece of wood. It's became part of your soul.
By July of that year, the family resettled in Vancouver, Washington. In time, Durush returned to music, performing with the Vancouver Symphony and Portland Chamber Orchestra. But something was still missing. 4 years and more than $20,000 in donations later, a new cello, crafted by the same maker, is now in his hands.
Almost 250 people take a part in this journey. I grateful from the bottom of my heart to each one.
This cello isn't the one he lost, but it tells a story of its own. The maker named the custom instrument Oniro.
In Greek language, it's Oniro. Oniro means dream.
A dream of a new life for Durush and his family come true.
I hope it's open for me another doors, play audition, to play concerts. Of course, I worry about my parents in Ukraine, about Ukraine, about this war. But our life continue. We should move forward. We should create our life here because your country gave us this opportunity.
Leslie Dominique, Fox 12 Oregon.
This is in the studio with the latest.
In Shelby, Ibrahim Yazid was sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah, that's right, Lenise and Cameron. He was found guilty of murder and felony murder in March. Today, he was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. Anaya's mother and father sharing emotional reaction following that sentencing. 6 years after Anaya Blanchard disappeared, the man who killed her is going to prison. A judge sentencing Ibrahim Yazid to life with the possibility of parole on a murder and felony murder conviction. In October of 2019, 19-year-old Anaya Blanchard, a Southern Union College student, disappeared from an Auburn gas station. Authorities say Yazid forced her into her own vehicle, drove off, and shot and killed her during a struggle. Her body was found a month later dumped in the woods in Macon County. Following years of delays, Yazid's trial took place in March. Prosecutors pursued capital murder charges, but jurors instead convicted Yazid on lesser charges after more than a day of deliberation. And Thursday, Yazid's life sentence was handed down. Anaya's father and mother speaking outside of the Macon County Courthouse.
Relieved, relieved, because I was nervous and scared. Yeah. I'm relieved, and I'm happy that justice was served. Of course, we wanted the death penalty, but this was good.
My daughter was more than just a headline. She was more than just evidence in the courtroom. She was more than just testimonies. So when I said the price of a human life, she meant her life mattered. And I feel like when I asked the judge to consider that, I wanted him to understand that the price of life does not have a price tag on it. A price of life does not have a time in prison. A price of life is what I asked for them to consider. So a human life to me was my daughter's life, and I felt like her life mattered enough where he should not be able to see the light of day.
Because of this case, the Alabama legislature created Anaya's Law, a law allowing judges to deny bail for defendants accused of certain violent crimes. Yazid was on bond for a violent charge at the time of Anaya's murder. Anaya's mother, Angela Harris, fully credits her daughter for making that change.
I'm proud of her for fighting. I might as well just say how I truly feel. My daughter fought a very violent criminal. She fought hard, and she got him off the street so he could never hurt anybody again. And that feels good, that we know that he'll never hurt anybody else again.
Now, voters could soon expand Anaya's Law. An amendment on the upcoming primary ballot would allow judges to deny bail to a defendant in even more violent criminal cases if it passes. The Mobile County District Attorney's Office says since it was enacted in 2022, Anaya's Law has been used in 20 cases just here in Mobile County. Mobile Mayor Spiro Chirigatis, who was a county judge at the time, was the first in our state to use the law. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.